So the first thing I want to do is talk about maybe the 3 types of places where you can buy leather. It's basically a local store, a specialty shop, and the Tannery Direct. The local store, like a Tandy, is going to be a really good resource if it's your very first hide and you don't have many tools, you don't really know what you're doing. You can go in there, you can buy a bunch of tools, you can talk to one of their employees that will have a little bit more information on which hides are going to work for which applications. Even though you watch this video, maybe you don't fully understand some aspects of it, they can kind of help you choose a hide. And you can go through each of the hides and find a hide that's a little bit more flawless than the other hides. So there's some huge benefits to going to a local store. There are some drawbacks to going to one of these local stores, is you kind of pay for the convenience of being able to go to a storefront, because they don't stock some of the nicer leathers. Like I don't think they stock Horween or Wicked and Craig, but they still charge the same price. And so you're not gonna get as quality of leather, and so you're kind of paying for the convenience of being able to go in, talk to an employee, have them help you choose a hide, and having the ability to go through and hand select which hides you want. The next place to buy a hide would be kind of a specialty shop. There's 2 that I really like that I've worked with and they're great people, is District Leather and Rocky Mountain Leather here in Utah. They both stock really unique leathers that you can't find at Tandy, and that it'd be really hard to go Tannery Direct to get. They buy tons of Italian leathers, Japanese leathers, German leathers, French leathers, basically any leather that is popular out there, they have it or they can get it for you. And one really nice benefit of those guys is like going Tannery Direct or straight to Tandy is you've got to buy a giant hide. And a lot of times people aren't wanting to make like 500 keychains out of an entire hide of leather. They're just wanting a little piece so they can make a few for their friends and family. And they offer that option to where you can buy smaller panels of leather, like anywhere from I think it's like 4 by 8 inches up to an entire side. Drawback with those is you're gonna pay a little bit more money, but you're gonna get a nicer leather. They also carry some of the higher end tools, where Tandy might carry some of the beginners and basics tools. These other companies like District Leather and Rocky Mountain Leather are gonna carry some of your higher end tools, where if you're really into leatherworking and you're sick of using your cheap tools, you can upgrade your tools there. Another little specialty shop that I really like is Maverick Leather. So they basically just buy all the scratch and dent, the seconds, the overstock from all the big tanneries, and then resell them on their site. It's a really good way to get an affordable leather. If you're not concerned about some scars and scratches in your leather, and you want like one of these specific tanneries like Horween, you can go to Maverick Leather and buy a hide from them that has a few more flaws and stuff in it, but it's gonna be half the price of going Tannery Direct. I really like those guys. I've worked with them basically since I started leatherworking, and I've bought tons of leather from them, and you'll be surprised at how good a leather you can get from there. And then that kind of leads to the Tannery Direct leathers. So if you're wanting to buy one hide, going to the tannery isn't going to be the best option, because they have pricing tiers based on how many hides you buy. So if you're only going to buy one hide, you're going to be in their highest pricing tier, where you might even be able to get it for cheaper at one of these specialty shops, because they're buying the quantities and pass that savings on to you. But if you're gonna buy a lot of quantity, going to the tannery is gonna save you a lot of money. For instance, like every time we buy a batch of leather, we buy at least 1,000 square feet, which is their lowest price tier, or their most discounted price tier. And so it saves like $4 or $5 a square foot. So if you're gonna buy a lot of leather, going Tannery Direct is gonna save you a lot of money. Drawbacks with them is you're gonna have to wait sometimes to get your leather tanned. Like when we order from Tannery, it can take up to 6 months sometimes, but it takes a lot of planning to get a full batch of leather, so keep that in mind as well. If you're ordering tons of leather, sometimes they don't have it on hand, but it is the best pricing. So that's kind of the 3 main areas where you can buy leather, and the 3 places I've experienced buying leather. Hopefully this helped, and let me know if you guys if you want me to do more of these videos. And when I started leatherworking, I had to learn all this through scrolling through all these blogs and reading all these like leather daddies, like fighting back and forth about quantities and qualities, and it's kind of hard to find this information. So if this is valuable to you, please like and subscribe and comment and do everything else that helps YouTube favor my videos, because these are fun to do, and I think it's valuable information that's kind of hard to get out there. So thanks for your help. See ya.